Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of that Respect to Combat podcast, episode 246. I apologize that we weren't here last week. We were all very busy. Life happens. Get over it. It was 1 week. You'll live. How y'all doing today? Thank you for making the time to hop on. I know it seems kind of weird because we're here on a Wednesday night, but things happen, schedules got to be moved around, and the show must go on as we are here. So, with that being said, Donaze, how you doing today, brother?
Should I just go on the first right now since it's done the outline?
What are you talking about?
The 2K rant.
Oh, dude, we haven't even introduced everybody else yet.
Might as well just
Can I
to
at
get it
least
out.
introduce everyone else first?
All right. You know, my trigger finger, and especially with what we just got off of, everybody wants to get that rant on.
Yeah. Hey, Brendan, how you doing today, brother?
We're already starting off hot. I love it. I'm doing good, my friend. Had a good day at work and good to be back. I've been on this show in a few weeks.
No, hell yeah. I mean, I'm glad to have you back on. Thank you for making the time to hop back on.
Oh, absolutely.
As always. Yeah, of course. Irving, aka not angry grandpa anymore. How are you doing today now?
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they gave the title to you now, so I'm no
Oh
longer
my
angry
gosh.
grandpa.
Yes, now
Okay, this is just me.
Irving will be
Till
the
Friday.
Irving will be the mild-tempered uncle.
Oh my gosh.
I'm good with that.
Move on before I have to say something stupid and I regret instantly.
Yes, I know.
Bro, this guy wants to hold up. You can tell.
Now,
That's
today's
awesome.
special guest, you have seen him quite a bit on Wrestling Open. He has also been featured on Sports Illustrated as well. All Go Nelli, how are you doing today, sir? Oh, God, please don't tell me this is another situation where he can't hear us. Nelly,
Eric, what did you do?
Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
Eric, what is up with your Wi-Fi?
Oh,
I don't know.
Now we can hear.
can't hear you guys. Did you mute me or something?
Can you hear me?
Test.
We can hear you, Eric. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Why is it always my fault?
Should the host,
You're the-
goddammit.
You're the one that makes the room. When we have the audio issue, it's from you, man.
Does he need to leave and come back in?
Yeah, that's what I was
he's
thinking
gonna
too.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, he's about to do that. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Okay, here we go.
Sorry.
Hey,
turn it
Nelly,
off.
can you hear us now?
Test.
Yeah,
Test,
can you hear
test,
me? I
test.
can hear y'all.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
sweet.
Yeah. There we go.
Awesome.
How's everybody
That's
doing?
like the third freaking week in a row that shit's happened. God damn it. I don't understand why that keeps happening. I'm so sorry, brother.
It's like your connectivity. I don't know what it is.
Of course, it's my fault. How are you doing?
You're the one
today,
that makes the
Nelly? How you
room,
doing?
man.
Connection is bad.
Monkeys didn't have that issue.
Mhm.
How are you doing today, though, brother?
He might be lagging.
I think he might be lagging, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, here we go again. All right.
Tried a different location.
No, you're fine. You're fine. All good now?
Yeah,
Sweet.
All right, cool. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great. You guys?
Doing
Good,
my
good,
friend.
good.
Yep.
Appreciate you making the time to hop on. We know that you have a very busy schedule this week, so
Yeah.
we do appreciate you making the time to hop on here for a little bit with us. Apologies for the few technical difficulties. That usually does not happen quite often. But with all that being said, before we hop into these mainstream highlights, because it seems Donaze is just itching to let this out, go ahead, buddy.
This would have been a mainstream topic anyway, if with the timing. But of course, 2K and Take-Two had to drop just. I think it was announced, but they didn't announce the date of Chapter 2 of the Island and Season 3 of the Ringside Pass. But with the update that they dropped for 2K26, not only did you give us content that was in the season mode and DLC from last year's game, you also gave us content that no one asked for of the Take-Two Interactive's CEO. as a playable character. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
might as well trigger the soundboard. Because why?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. But
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, because, like, that makes zero sense. Like, there are a list of, like, personas and content people have been asking for. Yes, we're getting Kano 1 with the slow chemical theme. Yes, we're getting the retro Brock, which I believe the model may be from the. If that is from the 2K25 showcase, 25 or 24 showcase, I quit because that's at the end of the ringside pass for this one. But
Right.
out of everything, it's a bust. Yes, you get Brian Pillman, Matt Cardona, Tori, and Laparca. But outside of that, the only real content is Kano 1. Everything else just feels like a rehash. And Leon Slater's Swanton 450 and a Springboard 720 DDT. Yep, we're just going to rehash cycle content. And that's my TED Talk. I know we're going to do another rant in a second, so I'm going to return to our regularly scheduled programming of the match.
Whoa.
Someone will tell me about their soundboard in a second, but I am going to just return to our regularly scheduled programming and let Eric take control of his own show back.
Yes. Now, just to run through these mainstream highlights, don't have a lot, so I'm kind of just gonna go right through them. The Titans of Calamity, congratulations to them on officially winning the 2026 Crockett Cup and becoming the first international team to do so. Yes, this is the first team from outside of the United States, even though, yes, Talos is American. We all know this. It's okay. He's been wrestling in Japan and living in Japan. So they are the first international team to win the NWA Crockett Cup. Now, also speaking on NWA, Colby Carino is making his long-awaited in-ring return this Saturday at Hard Time 6 against Axton Ray. Yes, if you haven't already, go to nwaliveevents.com and buy your tickets. Plug, yeah. Perfect segue for a plug.
That's really
Now,
good.
also, last week on NWA Power, we did see through some by-the-book tactics, the Country Gentlemen have become your new NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Wait, who are those guys again?
Jesus Christ.
The Colonel Sanders looking mofos.
Okay, I was just about to ask that.
Yes, the guys that walk out to the music by the book.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those guys.
The KFC guys.
Yes.
I mean, everyone knows him as the KFC guy anyway, so.
Now I'm hungry and want KFC. I'm fucking starving now.
KFC actually don't sound too bad right now.
Oh,
But
Move on before we get hungry.
yeah.
Rey
Agreed.
Mysterio is also your new AAA general manager. ... From that. Why you say it like that?
It's pretty clear what the storyline is. And I think it was either Conan or I was watching a clip back from Vince. It was either Vince, Conan, or Dave. And the storyline's pretty obvious with his reaction instead of set up career versus title with Dom.
Right. And also some exciting news. Well, this one's, why are they announcing another one? I don't know why. AEW Redemption will be happening on July 26th in Montreal. Why do we need another AEW pay-per-view? Like, I'm not trying to shit on AEW or anything like that, even though I do quite a lot. But why? That's like right before All In.
Well, it kind of spoils the Menzo and Hart tournament to me a little bit. Not necessarily the women's, because that is still up in the air. Because Will wins the Owen at Forbidden Door. Kenny gets the title at Redemption. You think they're going to run MJF and Will back, or are they going to run Will versus Kenny back at All In? So they're going to do it in Canada, get the title on Kenny, and then run him versus Will or the three-way. So that way, MJF takes the fall. That's my thought on it.
Right. Now, we did also have Dean Malenko's daughter, who is now going under the ring name Lacey Simone, make her WWE debut in a dark match prior to NXT this past week. Congratulations to her. And what did Stephen A. Smith do to piss off Danhausen?
Okay, so
this should be good.
You know game one's tonight, right?
Right.
For the finals.
Right.
Danhausen still showed up. And if you want the Knicks to remain uncursed, pay me. That's how Danhausen put it.
Uh-oh. And
Stephen A. said, if you want the curse and all that to be believable, you shouldn't be trying to extort people. So he called him an extortionist on First Take.
Great. Well,
yeah.
It's been a nice run for the Knicks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and here's the funny part. The series that none of this curse, none of Danhausen stuff was in effect was when they were playing against his hometown. He's from Detroit.
Right.
Yeah, so when they were playing the Pistons, none of this was in effect. After they got done with that series, that's when he got pissed off at Stephen A. and all this started. And now the entire league, to where even WWE and ESPN are making content over it, over the Danhausen curses.
Oh my God!
And it was obvious he was not going to lift that curse off of the Cavs because he hates Miz, and he borrowed $20 in human money from Candice and Johnny, and Johnny tried to fight him.
Now, one thing that I genuinely kind of just, when I was reading the police report, like in my head, I'm like, okay, this sounds like it was funny. Like it would have been like a funny replay to watch online. Curtis Axel was arrested this past week for DWI. Now, from what I read online, he was in a McDonald's drive-thru. He hit someone. And when he hit someone, he started acting belligerent. Cops got called. They told him to take a test. He told them to suck his dick. And I think he actually tried to swing on one of them.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and then he got arrested.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Can I please just see the body? Like, I have actually been thinking this for all week. I'm like, can I please just see the body cam footage?
Exactly.
Just one time. Just because that sounds too funny.
Just because, here's the thing. Yes, what Kaiser did in that elevator.
No, this isn't about Kaiser. This is Curtis.
No. I'm going to get to it. Yes, what Kaiser did was effed up, and he essentially, nothing happened to him. But if Curtis Axel and Michael McGillicuddy was still involved with producing, WWE ain't going to let this slide like they did that. It was like, hell, even Gunther bailed Kaiser out. Nobody's bailing out Curtis Axel from the clink for that.
Well.
Curtis.
Like, okay, I didn't know he was a producer of WWE, but with that being known, yeah, you're not going to keep your job if you're caught, drinking and driving, and you're telling the cop to suck your dick and attempted to sway them, and you're hitting a car.
Yeah.
What do you expect? A fucking vacation? No, like, they're going to give you your walking papers.
Yeah. And with the way TKO's trigger happy right now, like, yeah.
We'll just have to see. I know this happened recently. Like, I don't know. Then you can drink. No one should drink and drive. Not cool. It's not responsible. You're just asking to get yourself in trouble. This idiot wanted to be like Sonny. Thought it was a good idea. And look, I got to pay the price.
We're going to move on, but why is it always a McDonald's?
Because he had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. I'm not sure why.
All right. Continue, Eric.
And to round out our mainstream highlights, AEW content will be exclusively moving to their new streaming platform, My AEW, for users in Japan come August 31st. All AEW content will be moving off of NJPW World, which I kind of saw this coming when their streaming service first got announced.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I support the My AEW concept because what many wrestling fans have been asking for, some sort of return of the WWE Network. This is kind of the closest thing wrestling fans have. So if Tony Khan can get this together for like Europe and North America and throughout the world where people can have access to his content at a reasonable price, it's going to do well. And if Tony really wants to make this well, why not get other independent wrestling promotions as content on the MyAEW platform? That way it gives them a spotlight and it gets more people to come and check out the network streaming service out. So I'm enjoying this. I 100% support this. I see a lot of pros for this. If done
right now, we need a VPN though.
Oh, so it's only Europe only, correct? Or Japan?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if he can make this work in North America and the rest of the world, this has potential to be the new WWE network that people have been asking for. And if it's done right, I think this will do well for AEW's fan base and their content, in my opinion.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. Just like I support my AEW, hopefully it gets managed properly.
Hopefully, yes. Now, we did have a couple of events over the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had Saturday night's main event. Logan Paul did suffer a torn tricep muscle and will be out for several months. However, Paul Heyman invoked the Freebird rule on the WWE World Tag Team titles, and the new champions are now Austin Theory and Braun Breaker. And it kind of did feel like a setup show for the following weekend, which was Clash in Italy, which was this past weekend. Jacob Fatu officially has acknowledged Roman Reigns as his tribal chief. Sol is the new and first ever African-American women's IC champion. 7 F5s later, Obafemi was taken down by Brock Lesnar. Anna Rhodes with a dusty finish.
Oh, Irving's got his hand up or something here.
Yes, Irving.
I want to go on a rant real quick about this website by the name of Sportskeeda.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
We're no longer affiliated with them, by the way. We'll make that clear up. I have a Patreon, Russo TWC. We're no longer affiliated with them anymore.
Listen. They ended up putting out an article that said something along the lines that they ended up stripping Logan Paul of the title and gave it to Braun Breaker. That's not what happened, first off. So, and he just literally explained that there is the Freebird rule, which the New Day has used a bunch of times. So, don't rely on Sportskeeda's articles. They're not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Unreliable source.
Well, there's a bit more to the story. And have you heard any, and I'm going to ask on that off the record, have you heard any word from Keebler on the status of one Braun Breaker since Monday?
No.
Oh, yeah. There was a video that after Raw, he was injured.
Yes, he was caught severely limping out of Raw after everything with Seth.
Like, was this outside the building he was caught limping? Like, he's just selling
Yes.
I think this was like either outside the building or outside a hotel walking in or something. I don't know.
Okay,
It was a building.
If it's building, I think he may be selling it because, there's people around. But if it's at the hotel, that's not a good sign. He might be legit hurt. So, hopefully more information comes out. That sucks because he just came back from injury, a couple months ago. And if this is a shoot, again, that blows because he just came back. Now he might be out. So hopefully he's not seriously hurt and more information comes out.
And the domino effect, not just for the tag titles, but also King of the Ring, which is that the next story, Eric, or is that a couple stories down?
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off. It looks like this was at a hotel, but they could be selling it still. Who knows?
Yeah, not at the hotel. Outside the building, I can see because you still got fans. I can see.
Well, it looks like this is inside the lobby from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He may be hurt.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if
not with your green screen, though.
Yeah, not with the other screen.
No.
But
it's on TikTok. So, you can just look it up and whatnot. They'll show it.
Yeah. So that's the big story right now. Braun Breaker was seen limping, so his status is up in the air, which is a domino effect, not just for the division, but also the tag titles and the King of the Ring tournament, which both are underway. Which King of the Ring is Braun, depending on his ankle, versus Seth, which I see as the final, and maybe setting up Oba Brock 3 is how I see that. And then for Queen of the Ring, okay, who wants to start this BS? Yes, Io's in the second round. Roxanne started crashing out in front of Judgment Day, which got a nonchalant response from Liv. Julia losing in her home country. But why the hell is Liv Morgan as a world champion in there?
Because they have nothing for her. They have
to be honest, I kind of wish it was Julia that won.
Like what, won the match on Raw? Just make sure.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, because it was Io, Roxanne, Julia, and who was the fourth?
I thought it was a triple threat, wasn't it?
No, it was a four-way.
It was a fatal four-way.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know why Io had to go over. Like, why not make someone new? Like, make a Roxanne, make a Raquel, make a fucking Julia, make who else was in there?
Yeah, that's only like half.
That's good.
Yeah, like the winner of Raquel's four-way fights Io, and then Becky's four-way has Liv in it, so it's already front-loaded on the Raw side. And the bottom half of that side, we know is not going over because that has no Judgment Day involved in. So it's like, what are we doing?
So then, if Liv Morgan wins, does that mean that she has to face herself?
No, she picks who. Either she goes after SmackDown, which we have another Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar scenario at SummerSlam, or
here it's Liv Morgan.
Gets to pick her challenger.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Liv Morgan is the current Raw Women's Champion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only kayfabe way they can make this make any sense to put Liv Morgan in the tournament is if they make it to a storyline. They did this in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain video game, where they put you in the Battle Royal. If you won, you didn't have to defend the title for 30 days. So if they wanted to put Liv Morgan in this tournament, make a storyline out of it. Make her, if you win this tournament, you don't get to defend your title for 30 days. You get to escape a month without defending your title. That way you at least have some stakes of her in it.
She bypasses SummerSlam, and we go another month because they haven't figured out what to do with her because Stephanie got injured and has been dealing with the legal stuff that we brought up for multiple weeks for the last month. But yeah, like the fact you didn't have a plan B or somebody else built up to fight Liv outside of Stephanie was stupid. And yes, I know everybody's thinking, oh, they're going to set up Roman Cody 3 and Liv Rhea Part 50 for Crown Jewel for those matches later this year. But that doesn't mean you don't just sit Liv on the sidelines until then because Stephanie got hurt.
Well, like Triple H said, there's no quarterbacks anymore, which in my opinion is stupid. You should have backups. You should have people made to be in that spot if needed. Okay, for example, when Stone Cold got rid of TV in November of '99 for his neck surgery, they had The Rock, Triple H, Mick Foley, Kane, Undertaker. They had a bunch of people to take that main event scene, and Kurt Angle as well. Then look at the Ruthless Aggression era when Stone Cold quit. They had The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Batista, and all these other names that they were able to put in to fill that gap. Same thing with The Rock leaves. They still have those names. when Triple H said that before WrestleMania, I'm sorry, he should have been fired. You just admitted to the public that you don't know how to make stars. You don't know what you're doing. And also the roster, think about it, from the men and women, the WWE, they hear their boss saying, oh, we'll never have a backup or a quarterback like a Cody Rhodes. They're going to be thinking, then what's the point? Why am I going to put all this work and effort in to try to get more over if you're not going to put me in that position? What's the point? All you did was crack the glass ceiling on your roster, and they can't push through. That's what he basically did.
The Killer Cross interviews are becoming very, very obvious and very, very truthful.
Yeah.
As of right now, because I hate to say it, Triple H has not made too many new stars. Like Soul, if she didn't hit that Soul Snatcher and beat Becky in Clash of Italy, chalk it up. She's done. I personally think Blake Monroe, ship sailed already, and she hasn't even had an appearance in front of the live crowd.
And
I'm sorry.
We talked about the Open Air. Open Family's cooled off. They cooled this kid off like that.
Yep.
He was red hot when he got brought up. Red hot WrestleMania. They just put a bucket of water to cool him off. How? As Bruce Pritchard and Vince Russo have said in the past, you got to strike when the iron's hot.
Right.
You have to.
I said earlier, Oba Femi should be IC champ right now if you were not going to do anything else with him. He should have just killed Penta Raw after Mania, got the IC title, and then you could have easily done something with the Lucha Bros as tag champion in the tag division.
Yeah. Now, some Japanese wrestling updates. Rosie pulled a Vince McMahon in Japan, and now Utami Hayashida has left Marigold and returned to Stardom 3 days later.
Yeah.
That was very surprising for me to see. And we also did see Bushiroad transfer their shares of New Japan to Cyber Agent. And now that company owns New Japan, DDT, Pro Wrestling Noah, and TJPW. Basically, they own all the big name TV companies now in Japan.
Yeah, all the big name wrestling promotions. And the whole thing, when I said Rossi pulled a Vince, while Utami was world champion in Marigold, he basically said she could lose a couple of pounds. So he body shamed somebody that was 24, 25 out of the company. Of course, the second she dropped the title, she lost the title, she was just counting the days until her contract was up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
and then
No, you're just ranting about the 2K stuff there. I found this on my X there. Apparently, Sabu was going to be a 2K26. And his files are found in the game. He appears to have been planned at some point before left out of the final DLC lineup. And there's a picture of him.
Let me guess. Status?
I don't know why they didn't. I'm speechless. I thought I'd just go ahead and let you know I just saw here on my X feed.
Okay. Let me guess. It was Status's post or something?
X-User Corp. Heartbreak Corp. Or at Heartbreak
Okay.
Corp.
We can talk about that later, but yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Go ahead, Eric, because... Oh.
Yeah. Now, we did also have AEW Double or Nothing happen a couple of weeks ago. It was a good pay-per-view. I will not take away from that. It was a very good pay-per-view. However, I just feel like the matches are way too long. We don't need every single match to be 20 minutes long.
Agreed.
There has to be a proper build up to it. And I feel like that was kind of the part that they're still to an extent fucking up on. But at the end of the day, I'm not in charge of AEW booking. I'm not going to be the one that's able to tell Tony Khan how to book. That's up to him. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
In my opinion, I think if you're going to do a match that's going to be a lengthy period of time, it has to be for a big build-up match, whether it's for a world title or a major feud, not just for any random match on the card. Because the more longer your matches on the card, the other matches are not going to mean as much, and it just draws the show out. You want to have a respective pacing of the show length in terms of, the segments, the entrance, the match lengths. If you just have everything too long and stretched out, no one's going to care, and it's going to hurt the quality of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, how long? If anybody's got the Wikipedia up right now, how long was Stadium Stampede?
Okay, I was just going to go to that. Our friends Tommy and John, they watched the pay-per-view live. I didn't, so I chose not to. Okay, so here are the match lengths. Not pre-show, I'm talking about the card. First match was 19 minutes and 35 seconds. That's way too long for an opening match. Then the next match was 19 exact minutes. Again, too long for a second match. Third match was 11 minutes. Fourth one was 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Then the one after that was 13 minutes and 55 seconds. Next was 15 minutes and 20 seconds. Then the one after that is 14 minutes exact. The Stadium Stampede was 31 minutes and 15 seconds. Then the main event was 23 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, some of these match lengths are too damn long.
Yeah, and you don't need a Stadium Stampede has beyond lost its luster. Like, that's AEW's bread and butter, the multi-man matches, but just throwing multi-man matches for the sake of multi-man matches, that needs to stop. And that 31 minutes could easily shade a half hour plus off your card right there.
Yeah, like they could have shaved that off, and the opening match does not need to be 19 and a half minutes, and the second match does not need to be 19 and a half, or 19 exact, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
It could have been trimmed down.
Yeah. That alone would have saved you about an hour off the runtime right there.
Yeah.
An hour plus.
What's the show? Do you guys know the pay-per-view? How long was the pay-per-view?
I don't know how long the entire pay-per-view was. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 4 or 5 hours long.
Yeah, it was close to 5.
Wait till 4
hours. It was
hours.
close to 5 last I heard.
What happened to pay-per-views being 3 to 3.5 hours? 4, you're pushing it. If it's for a big show, maybe. But 5 hours is way too damn long.
No idea.
It kind of feels like watching WrestleMania back in the day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because WrestleMania back in the day, I'm talking about like in the late 90s, early 2000s, you were like, it started like around 7 o'clock at night and they went until like midnight. And that's how it feels like all the AEW pay-per-views are.
Yes. Oh, that just sucks, but what are you going to do?
Eric, look at chat real quick.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I know. I'll announce it in the Indieverse section. Now,
I thought I put that in there, but if I didn't, then
yeah. Now, moving into our interview for today, Mr. Nelli. Now, as I stated where'd he go?
What? You might be having issues.
Yeah, I think he's having technical issues again.
More tech issues on it.
There we go.
Oh, there
Nelli, there you are. No, you're fine.
Start again.
No, you're fine. Now, as I mentioned when I brought you in earlier, you were featured in Sports Illustrated back in December of 2025. Feel free to talk about that a little bit. I mean, how did it feel to have that type of publicity on you?
That was the most random, kind of thing. He just happened. The guy who wrote the article just happened to come to one of my school shows, and then he wrote about me. We talked. And it was honestly really, really cool. I didn't start training for wrestling until 2024, and I didn't debut until 2024. So to get something like that out there so quickly was kind of cool, but also it felt like a lot at the same time. There's a lot, everyone knows Sports Illustrated, it's not everybody, but a lot of people, so it's kind of did I really want that out there right there when I really haven't done anything yet? Would I wanted to wait a little bit more, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, of course. Now, you had mentioned to me that tomorrow night you are booked at Wrestling Open, Hell or High Water. Are you excited?
Yeah, I've been on Wrestling Open, a few times.
Mhm.
It's a great place, especially like in New England, the crowd's always amazing. The competition there is amazing, It's just, a great environment. It's a great place to be, great place to, get some matches in.
Right, definitely. Now, speaking about Wrestling Open, last year you got to share the ring with Charles Mason, current House of Glory World Champion. What would you say it was like getting to share the ring with him? And is he as terrifying as he comes off in the ring?
That was he gave me one of the hardest chops ever, biting me, choking me. I don't think I've ever wrestled someone like him like ever again. And it took me a while, once I realized I was wrestling Charles Mason, I was excited. And then like, a couple seconds, before I go out to the ring, it's like you're wrestling one of the top guys. Like you're wrestling one of the top guys in the indies right now. So there was definitely like, a lot of butterflies as soon like right before I went out. Of course, the worst time. But I'm happy I had the match. I'm happy I gave it my all. But still unreal to me to this day.
Hell yeah. Now, what would you say some of your goals are for the remainder of 2026? Are there any promotions that you would like to get your foot in the door with?
Yeah, I would love, to get into like Limitless, GCW. I think those are like the top like indie places right now that I really want to get into.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Have you made any progress with getting in there yet, or not really?
I've gone to a couple, of GCW shows. I've gone to one Limitless show, making baby steps.
Right. No, that makes sense. Now, to conclude this little portion that we have here for your interview, you just got done with Wrestling Open last night or tomorrow night. You're hungry. Where are you going to stop to grab something to eat?
On the way back from there,
Yes.
there's a little market like off the highway, and they sell Uncrustables. Like the little circle PB&Js.
Yes.
By far, like one of the best snacks on the road.
Yes. Finally, someone gets it. Thank you, dude. Like, I don't know what it
That
is.
is me on Friday morning.
Nice.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but like Uncrustables just hit different. Like Saturday, I was working an Exodus show in Cleveland, and I was so upset at the end of the show because I walked to the back and I just see a random box of Uncrustables just sitting in the middle of the table. And I'm like, you bastards, when the fuck were you going to tell me there were Uncrustables here? And they're like, you literally just downed wings in a burger. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm a Barnabas pick. Give it to me. But,
Okay, where was Pretty Boy in all this? Because
I
if
mean,
you said that in front of him, I know you
yeah.
had to do some burpees.
Oh no, no. When I said that in front of Pretty Boy, he's just like, I don't know what to do with you. I'm done. Like literally, I swear to God, this man was having like a straight up serious conversation with me on Saturday, and then I just started dazing off, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I really want to get this one house in Houston that I found. It has a moat, which means then I can get a gator." And he's like, "Where the fuck did any of this come from?" I'm like, "Well, there's this thing right behind you that I'm not sure if it's a gator or a raccoon, but it's green, so it looks like a gator." And literally,
Oh my
that was the first time
gosh.
he ever met my wife. And he's just like, nice to meet. He's just like, nice to meet you. Good luck.
I feel bad for Salmon sometimes.
So do I. But seriously, dude.
Gene married your dumbass.
Does anyone else have a question for Nelly?
All right, I'll do it here, Nelly. What made you want to get involved in the wrestling business?
It was really the only sport I was looking at watching growing up. I went to an international school, so most of my friends were European or like, so they were big into soccer, but soccer, was coming on early in the morning in America. So they weren't really watching football or basketball, but everyone watches wrestling around the world. So as soon as I saw it, I knew what I wanted to do. I did amateur wrestling in high school, college, and now here I am doing pro wrestling.
Hell yeah.
What was it about that you liked? Did you like the physicality of it, the entertaining aspect of it, or just the performing part? Like, what did you like about it? Like, what drew wrestling to you?
This is gonna sound so weird. I'm a big physicality person. I grew up watching like fighting like TV shows like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. So I've just always kind
Oh
of had
yes.
like a nature, to kind of like, Like I'm not a fighter. Like I don't go around just hitting random people, but like that, like just in my head, like combat sports just is so interesting.
Okay. Did you have like a favorite wrestler growing up?
Oh, Undertaker was my favorite. Well, Undertaker was my favorite, second behind Batista.
Ooh.
I started watching wrestling around that time, so WrestleMania 23 is precious to me. It's my first WrestleMania I ever saw, and I was blown away by it. I grew up in Washington D.C., so Batista was my favorite, but
Yeah.
I was scared the Undertaker was gonna come get me when the lights were off. So I kind of mentally made him my favorite.
Nice.
Okay.
I love it.
So that explains. That was going to be my question, which era Undertaker, because of right before that with the American Badass. But you kind of answered that.
Well,
But
thank
what
you.
was
go
it
ahead.
about? But what was it specifically about that rivalry in general? Because that is an interesting rivalry that I don't think a lot of us would immediately say like was the reason I got into wrestling. But what was it about that that got you into wanting to become a wrestler? That
I'm
specific view.
I mean, again, like I'm from Washington D.C. You guys were talking about the Knicks earlier. DC doesn't have a lot. Like it doesn't have a lot like outside the city, like a big presence and stuff. Like like there's a few artists, a few famous athletes, and then people say they're from DC, but they're really from like Maryland. They're really from Virginia or something like that. So again, just seeing someone from Washington D.C. like on this big stage, like I remember because right after WrestleMania 23, they're doing their tour in Italy, they're doing their tour in England. So again, it's so cool to see someone from your city just like he's representing you guys. Like again, like with most our sports teams, not making it that far. I mean, a couple of years ago when the Commanders lost to the Eagles, I had tears in my eyes, so many tears. You know, Nats win the World Series, and then we're so far away from getting another World Series. But I'm just like, again, Batista was locked in, and there's just something about the Undertaker, like just something about him. He just knows what he's doing. He's so violent. He's so strategic. And I later watched that rivalry because they did Cyber Sunday in DC later that year too, and that was such a good match too. And then you start throwing in other elements like Edge, Teddy Long, all that stuff. It was just to me, it was just so fun to watch.
Nice.
Heck
Okay.
yeah. Heck yeah.
All right, I
Well,
got one question. I got one question.
There we go.
okay.
Let's go.
But this is going to be an interesting one.
Okay.
You got three contract offers. One from AEW, one from TNA, one from WWE. Which one would you take?
So of course the sound cuts as soon as you said it, but I believe you said what? AEW, WWE,
And
and
TNA.
TNA.
Yeah. Ooh, decisions. Interesting.
But honestly, because with AEW and TNA, you can still do indie shows. That sounds so much fun. But I don't think my career would be complete if I didn't finish in WWE. So I'm going to have to go with the WWE contract.
Okay.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, we just have
Okay, Danhausen.
one last section to go through here.
Donzie, you mind tell me what they're saying? I can't hear them anymore.
Wait, what happened?
He can't
Testing
hear it.
1, 2.
I can hear you. I just can't hear everyone else.
Okay, so Donnie
Okay.
is grab a translator.
So you can hear me, but you can't hear everybody else.
I can
Tell
hear
him to
both
hop
of
out
you.
and hop in again.
May have to hop in and hop out again.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. What is up with your audio, Eric?
Dude,
Your
it's not
audio.
my, I don't know.
It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard.
I think it is StreamYard
Alright,
because
can
when
you
I was
hear us
doing
now?
stream. Oh, let's see, test.
Yeah, got you.
I
Okay,
don't think
cool.
it's Eric because when I was doing StreamYard on my phone, if I got this computer, I had times where it would just shit the bed and I gotta leave and come back just to fix the audio and quality. So I think it's just a StreamYard issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just StreamYard.
Yeah,
But
all the
Yeah.
just to get through the rest of today's episode on the Indieverse, it is official. Big Damo and Nikki Cross now are partial owners of Defy Wrestling out in Washington and own Progress Wrestling in the UK. very big congratulations to them. I'm honestly very intrigued to see what they do with both promotions. I think they're going to do some really amazing stuff. Now, we did also see
Question:
what?
Has the White 690 days ended yet?
Not yet.
That's crazy that she already pulled that off.
Are we near day 60? I think
I think we're nearing day 60 now.
At this point, yeah.
But they have been announced for the Ocean Center that it was supposed to be for Star Spangled Slammer.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about. I'm kind of worried about ALW right now.
Why?
I saw Alex make a post like 2 hours ago where he had a picture of someone waving a white flag.
Well, he had to move a lot of shows around, man. Like,
no, I know that, but then he was saying, but then he also put out like this whole heartfelt post like a few minutes ago, like talking about that he has to make an announcement on Friday, that he's thankful for everyone that supported over the last decade and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh no, like that post sounds like something's come up and he now has to step away.
Yeah.
So from what I've seen of the posts and some of the lives that he's been doing, it is expensive to book arena shows, especially for a small indie company like his. And don't get me wrong, he's done great and all that, but when the arena are expecting a huge crowd and they're not pulling in the numbers and ticket sales and all that, it kind of does hurt because he also has to pay out of pocket as well, you know. So more than likely, what's going to be is that he'll announce that his last show is going to be in February, which is going to be the final chapter, and I think it's like the 10-year anniversary for ALW, if I'm not mistaken. So okay. I think that's what's going to be the announcement.
Okay.
And to be honest, I don't blame him, you know, because I mean he's been doing it for so long and all that, and like, I mean he had to. He was trying to outgrow and whatnot, but and he was doing good, but it looks like, I guess with everything with inflation and all that stuff, like it's just not working out for him.
Right.
Well, honestly, wish him the best. He's a really cool dude. Always been a good guy to all of us. And we, like I said, we all wish him the best. Now, this weekend we do have a few shows going on. Beyond Wrestling has Break the Walls Down, which will feature MJF versus Bobby Orlando, Ben Bishop versus Dustin Waller, Megan Bain versus Gabby Forza, Max Caster versus Corey Duke, Stetson Ranch versus Shooter Boys versus Aaron Rourke, and Love Doug versus Leo Sparrow. Now, we do have a lot of other stuff going on this weekend. GCW will have their...
No Jericho cameo?
No Jericho cameo. Tournament of GCW will be having their 11th annual Tournament of Survival and their 5th annual Cage of Survival. So lots and lots and lots of blood and death match core. Now, also this weekend, if you missed it earlier, NWA will be in Atlanta, Georgia at Center Stage. A few of the matches already announced. Silas Mason will be defending his NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against Kerry Morton.
Yeah,
Mike Mondo, fuck Kerry Morton. He's a little
Hey. He's Mr. JCW. That is a star right there.
Every single promotion that man goes into, he says he's the mister of it. He says he's Mr. ALW. He says he's Mr. NWA. He says he's Mr. JCW.
Yes, he's the cream and cream of the crop. Cody Rhodes can learn a day from this kid.
I know who you don't want, even though you want his dad on here.
I like
who?
I know you wouldn't want on here, but I know you want his dad on here.
Shut up. But also,
Steve Carey all the way.
Also, in a most likely, in my opinion, I think this match might steal the entire show. For the national heavyweight title, Mike Mondo will be defending against Brian Idol.
Oh yes,
that's going to be a good match.
That's going to be a really good match. I already know it.
With the way they built it, it's going to be hard hitting as hell.
Bro, that promo they did last week was great. Like
that video that they fucking posted while they were training and all that shit was fucking fire too.
Dude, It was great. Like that was hands down like one of the best vignettes I've seen on NWA in a while, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot better than Dr. Vic. I'm sorry, my boss publicly knows I hated that stint. Okay, but
Okay, so Billy knows you hated that.
they all do. They all do. I
that-
talk shit about it on a regular basis.
Listen, I saw that. I saw that shit. He just reminded me of like a Timo version of Eric Bischoff. I'm just going to say that.
He also had a lot less hair.
Yeah, but still,
Hold on.
because he's a martial artist.
It just didn't make
Oh my
sense.
gosh.
It's just like with him doing the whole birthday. I am an alpha male. I am going to get what I want, and what I want is Tiffany. And I'm like, okay, Epstein, calm down. But
Hey, yo.
Jesus Christ.
now, before I possibly get fired,
Possibly.
Well,
for the junior heavyweight title, Spencer Slade will be defending against Damian Fenrir. Actually, the World Tag Team titles will not be defended this weekend in Atlanta, as the Country Gentlemen are in Europe defending the World Tag Team titles over there. Then, in a rematch from Crockett Cup, Tiffany Nieves will defend the NWA Women's World Championship against Natalia Markova. And quite a few other matches going to be going down. Pretty Boy Smooth has a singles match against Carson Drake. Carson Drake will most likely die. I mean, I'm not trying to bag on Carson Drake. It's just, I mean, the dude's almost 7 foot tall and he's a brick house. He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, you say that when he comes on here.
Who? Carson?
Carson. Yeah.
Oh, when he comes on here, I'll be like, so, how long did it take for your chest to get caved in by Pretty Boy?
That's you not trying to do some burpees.
Now, also, Colby Carino will be making his in-ring return this Saturday against Axton Ray. I already know that's going to be a really good match. I got to watch Axton Ray for the first time last week on NWA Power. Oh my God, that guy is an absolute powerhouse. I'm excited to see what more he does in NWA. Like I said, if you haven't already, go to NWALiveEvents.com, buy your tickets. Nelly, is there anything you would like to plug?
Nah, all good. You guys were great.
Hell yeah. No, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming
You
on.
guys.
Thank you. Brendan, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, guys, patreon.com/RussoTWC. Myself and the frontline members are there once a month with Vince and Jeff, casting the lovely Dirt Sheets. And since Eric has not said it on the show, I'm into the Fuck Dave Meltzer for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
We got
Fuck
a bunch
Dave
of-
Meltzer.
Yeah, Fuck Dave Meltzer. And we got a bunch of good shows on Vince's Patreon. You can find me on the Holy Soldiers podcast every Friday, 4 o'clock Central PM on Twitch and X. Irish Whips and Arm Dragons on YouTube every Saturday, 4 o'clock Central Time. Here whenever I can make it. And we got JCW Lunacy Thursday, 7 o'clock PM Eastern.
Yes.
Check us out.
Yes, JCW Lunacy. Catch it every single Thursday on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern. Great time to watch. Honestly, this really is a great time to watch. The stories are getting exciting right now. And we got zombies that are addicted to cocaine. I still can't believe that's actually
Crack.
a storyline that, well,
Pills. All that stuff.
heroin.
I wish. I wish.
Instead of wanting blood, instead of wanting brains, they just want drugs.
At least I'm not fighting Monkey anymore over. Well, I guess we are still fighting.
No, you're still gonna have to
Over
fight him on Friday
replays.
about it.
Yeah, we're still arguing over replays.
Yeah, because freaking Nelly Monkey, our other business partner Monkey, is not on here right now, but he usually has crash outs because of the fact that the last couple of weeks WWE has been in Europe. So of all the time changes, it's been bothering him a little bit.
Well,
Three letters: VPN.
thank you.
It's not even
VPN and
that.
go live.
He doesn't want to. I guess it bothers him that it's coming on while he's at work.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to suck it up because you only get it for like 2 weeks this entire month. That will be stateside, and we got another week, I think, of it being international. So suck it.
Are they doing it like because Night of Champions is in Saudi Arabia? I think.
Yep, that week.
They are going to be international for June for most of this month. I believe.
Yeah, most of this month they're in Italy right now. They're going to be in Italy. I want to say up until next week, and then they're going to be back in the States for a week or two, and then on the way to Saudi for
Gotcha.
2 weeks. And then what they
North America
also confirmed was when they do the Triple Mania in September, they're going to be in Mexico City for a week of shows out there.
Okay, gotcha.
So
they start to include more international dates than they normally would.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to plug in? Oh, sorry, good.
And the big thing I didn't put on there, because I think this just came newsworthy yesterday, if not today, but June 28th, this triple header, what the hell? Forbidden Door, Great American Bash, and this third one is Slammiversary. What the hell are we doing? I think they're all running overlapping, if not real close to overlapping each other.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. And that is a Sunday.
Yep. Well, with all of that being said, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be back next week with another episode of Respect to Combat. Thank you once again, Nelly, for hopping on today and with your busy schedule. Definitely means a lot. And we will see you all next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Deuces.